Hey guys, how you doing? Okay guys, so today we're gonna be talking about neither and both, intensifiers and quantifiers, and going to versus will, okay? In this case, we have neither and both. Both means the two of you, them, or us, okay? Both of you, both of them, both of us. For example, we both wear sandals. Neither means not one nor the other, so neither of you has money. Ninguno de ustedes tiene dinero. And neither means ninguno. So we have to be careful because both takes a plural, but neither takes a singular, okay? So that's why when you're using simple present, you have to use, if you're working with neither, you have to use s, because you're talking in a singular way, okay? In a third person way. But if you're using both, you have to use a plural, so you don't need s in the verb, okay? But be careful, because obviously you can use them with other tenses, not just with simple present. So now, here we have neither and either, and so and to. Neither and either are used to indicate yo tampoco. And so and to are used to indicate yo también. Okay, like for example, when we say me neither or when we say me too. For example, I didn't steal it. I didn't steal it. Yo no lo robé. Didn't steal, pasado, yo no lo robé. If I say neither did I'm saying yo tampoco. But if I say I didn't either, I'm saying the same. I'm saying yo tampoco, ¿ok? Son dos formas de indicar yo tampoco utilizando neither and either. But you have to be careful because neither is a negative word and either is a positive word. So if you're using neither, the auxiliary has to be in, or well, the rest of the sentence has to be in positive, okay? And when you're using either, you need a negative statement, or you need a negative in that sentence, okay? Cuando la utilizamos neither, el resto de la oración, o en su defecto, el auxiliar debe ir positivo. Pero cuando utilizamos either, debe estar negativo. Porque recordemos que en el inglés no podemos tener dos negaciones. Entonces, acá tenemos negación y aquí tenemos afirmación, o tenemos negativo y positivo. Acá tenemos negativo, positivo. Es decir, no puedo decir neither didn't I, porque no puedo contener dos negaciones en una misma oración. Y no puedo decir I did either, porque tampoco podría tener las dos palabras positivas. ¿Ok? Entonces, siempre va a estar el neither, debe ir con el positivo, porque es negativo. Y el either, que es positivo, siempre debe ir con la negación, porque este es positivo y debe necesita de su negativo. Como pueden visualizar, es una estructura que siempre va a estar de esta misma forma. Neither did I didn't either. ¿Ok? Cuando utilizamos neither, va de primero y el sujeto va al final. Y en medio de los dos debe ir el auxiliar del tiempo correspondiente. Cuando utilizamos either, el pronombre va a ir al principio, el either al final, y en medio de los dos debe ir el auxiliar de forma negativa. So, she won't take it. In this case, we have a future tense, okay? So that's why we have to say neither will I won't either. Won't, negative, either, positive, neither, negative, will, positive, okay? So, now let's talk about so and to. I love you, I do too, so do I. She's perfect, I am too, so am I. I went there, so did I did too. You have to be careful about the tense you're using, ¿ok? En este caso tenemos el presente simple, love, ¿ok? Un verbo conjugado en presente simple. El auxiliar del presente simple es do. So that's why we have to use, do or does. So that's why we have to use I do too, so do I. Because I'm talking this is a simple present sentence, ¿ok? I do too, so do I. Al igual que acá, es una estructura. Sujeto, auxiliar y el to. El so, auxiliar y el sujeto, ¿ok? O el pronombre. No deben cambiar sus posiciones. Lo que va a ir variando es el correcto uso de el auxiliar. She's perfect, verb to be. So that's why I have to say I am too, so am I. I went there, went, simple past. We have to use did. So did I did too. Okay, now let's talk about intensifiers and quantifiers, okay? They are used to indicate or to add extra meaning to what we are talking about. So, too many, too much, enough, okay? So, when you have too many, you have to use countable nouns. When you have too much, uncountable nouns, okay? Ellos expresan un exceso, okay? So there are too many people. People is a countable noun, so that's why we're using too many. Too much uncountable nouns. There is too much pollution, okay? Agregamos o los utilizamos para añadir un exceso al sustantivo, okay? So enough and enough. Enough means suficiente, but you have to be careful about how can you use it, because when you have a noun, you have to use first enough and then the noun. But when you have an adjective, you have to use first that adjective and then enough. Okay, so for example, you don't have enough time. Time is a noun, so that's why we have to say enough time. But in this case, we have my suitcase is big enough. Big adjective, so that's why enough has to be or it is after big, after the adjective. Okay, be careful about that. Now let's talk about going to and will. Remember, they are used to indicate future, okay, but be careful because there's a little difference between them. And remember, when you're using going to, you have to use verb to be. And also, if you're using going to, it's because you're sure that that action or activity is going to happen. But if you're using will, it's because you're not sure. And when you're using when you're using will, you have to use words like maybe, perhaps, I think. Okay, when you use those words, you have to use will. Okay, esas palabras que acabo de mencionar, perhaps, think, maybe, son palabras que van de la mano con will, ya que no estamos seguros de que la actividad pueda que o sea, no estamos seguros de que la actividad suceda. Puede que suceda, puede que no. Going to es más certero que will. So, I am going to find my pencil case. I will erase my notes. Remember, we have a contraction. Will not, won't, okay? And will, if we want to get a contraction between the pronoun and will, we have to say I'll, okay? For example, I'll, okay? But if I want to use the negative contraction, I say won't. And going to, you can say gonna, okay? And remember, if you're using going to, you have to use verb to be. That's all for today, guys. If you have questions, let me know.